We recently took a week-long summer trip, taking a bunch of different stops around my home island, Cebu. I decided to make it a mini-series, and here is episode 4, Scuba Diving at Catmon, Cebu. This is the same place we were at when we went scuba diving for the very first time. But if you remember what happened in my first scuba diving video, we were essentially just being dragged around by our individual instructors, like farm animals. But this time, since we've already done it more than a couple times, we were able to dive independently, which just made the experience so much more enjoyable. When we got there, everything was already laid out nicely for us to get going. Yue was also there, of course, and she was just being a good girl the entire time. So let's just get right into it. You don't see much in this clip, but while holding the GoPro, I was fighting for my life. The tank was heavy, the floor was slippery, and I still had to put on my fins, which I somehow managed to let go of in the middle of everything. But yeah, here I am finally putting on my fins and then handing off the GoPro to one of the guides so that they could film us when we started the dive. So I'll leave you guys with a scuba diving montage, and I'll pop back in with some commentary when I feel like I have to. Now, the following clips from here were filmed by one of the guides with their own GoPro. I found that I had an issue staying horizontal. Like, for some reason, my body just always wanted to go back to vertical. I don't know if it was a buoyancy issue, like should I have added more weight to my belt? Because like for this dive specifically, on my weight belt, I had 1 weight. Whereas like for my sister, for example, she had 4 weights on her belt. So, I don't know. Honestly, might have just been a skill issue on my end. Now, despite that, this is actually a pretty decent clip. I tried using the finning technique that the guides were using, which looks kind of like this. An emphasis on tried because I clearly wasn't doing it right. But yeah, it's apparently supposed to take less effort than the normal finning like this. Therefore, since it takes less effort, your heart rate stays lower and you end up consuming less air in your tank. That's also why my hands were like this 90% of the time, because during our intro session, the head instructor mentioned that it's really unnecessary to be flailing your arms around when you're scuba diving. It's just unnecessary effort, which will end up increasing your heart rate and it'll make you intake more air than you otherwise would. But apart from that, that pretty much wraps up our dive. And here are some of the pictures that were taken by the guides. Here's me and my sister. I think this was after the dive. Here's the two of us with our dad, and this is such a bad angle. We're already short people, and this angle just doesn't help us out. We look like straight Funko Pops. And here are some of the shots they took during the dive. I also posted some good ones on Instagram, which if you follow me there, thank you. You will have already seen them. If you haven't, please follow me on Instagram. But yeah, that's been my 3rd time scuba diving at this point, and this has been episode 4 of my summer Summer Trip 2023 miniseries. To see previous episodes of this miniseries, I'll leave a link to the playlist down below. This miniseries has been packed with so much fun so far, so please stay tuned for the remaining episodes. I'm not sure, but I'm leaning towards the next episode might be the last one in this miniseries. We'll have to see, but either way, please stay tuned and turn on YouTube notifications if you haven't already. For more vlogs like this, please click the card up there, and the link as always is down below. And that's been it. I'll see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace. Whoa!